Well, once it seemed that uncritical devotion to Israel was the norm for American Jews and that Zionism and Judaism were hand in glove. But new polls seem to show otherwise. Now a majority of American Jews are critical of Israeli policies, including its settlement activities on occupied Palestinian land. Here's more.
While U.S. policymakers remain supportive of Israel across the board, the nature of that support seems to be changing and its extent dwindling among American Jews, especially because of Israel's intransigent policies. A survey by the Jewish Council for Public Affairs shows some 80% of American rabbis favor a freeze on Israeli settlement construction in the West Bank. The same number of rabbis also say they avoid expressing their real stance on Israel and its conflict with Palestinians out of fear.
Any Jew who dares to speak up against Zionism is constantly under both a threat physically and in many other ways they put pressure.
In fact, no Jewish group, including the Orthodox Jews, supports Israeli settlements. In another survey by the Pew Research Center, a majority of respondents have even criticized Israeli authorities for their insincerity when it comes to making peace with Palestinians. They say the continued settlement activities hurt Israel's own security. Israel has been under fire from the international community, including its own allies, over its expansionist policies. However, it has always defied calls to abandon its settlement construction activities, which have been a stumbling block in talks with the Palestinian Authority.
The rabbis universally and the adherents to Judaism have opposed the existence of the state and all the actions that emanate from the state. Our hearts cry for the suffering of Palestinians.
Should the results of these polls serve as a red light for Israeli authorities? The survey found young American Jews even more critical of Israeli policies. Only a quarter of them approved of the performance of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
The world is becoming aware that Jewish people around the world, true to the Torah, we do not accept in any manner this, our false representatives called the State of Israel and Zionism.
Why American Jews are falling out of love with Israel? Perhaps it has become impossible for them to reconcile their liberal beliefs with Israeli conduct. Like the rest of the world, American Jews, too, see Israel through the prism of its conflict with its neighbors. They may not know every detail of the conflict, but they know it is not a pretty picture. It is unlikely that the declining support among American Jews will make any difference to U.S. policy toward Israel. A powerful pro-Israeli lobby, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, draws together U.S. Democratic and Republican politicians to get their supports. However, many American Jews feel the tide differently. Rabbi David Saperstein, who heads the Reform Judaism Movement's Advocacy Center in Washington and is considered as one of the most influential rabbis in America, says Israel could lose American Jews because of its own self-destructive and anti-peace policies.